Hey, welcome everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, Fall Classic Baseball, 1976, KC at New York. It's a 3-game set. This game played on, let's see, New York is 57-16, by the way. This game was played Monday, July 5th. And the Kansas City Royals are 48-27. So I expect them to give the Yanks a hard time. The Yanks have been rolling over the league. And let's get started with the lineups for Kansas City. It's Wolford in left field, Otis in center field, George Brett batting third at third base. Cleanup is John Mayberry, the first baseman. DH is Hal McRae batting fifth. Sixth is Al Cowan as the right fielder. Seventh is Buck Martinez, the catcher. Eighth is Freddie Patek, the shortstop. And ninth is second baseman Frank White. For the home team, the Yankees, it's Rivers in center field. Rivers is batting .368, so he's dropped about 20 points in the last week. Roy White in left field batting second. Third is the DH Munson. He's been injured, has not been playing catcher. Cleanup is Lou Panetta, the right fielder. First baseman Chris Chambliss batting fifth. Sixth is third baseman Greg Nettles, big power source for the Yankees. Number 7 is Fran Healy, the catcher. 8 is second baseman Willie Randolph, and 9 is shortstop Jim Mason. And we're playing Fall Classic Baseball. Let's roll some dice. We read the red, then the white, and of course the 20 when we need it. That's going to be a 53. That's usually a range check. Well, it's always a range check to left field. Roy White will run that down for out number 1. And we'll check. That was off the top of my head. He's a 12. I rolled an 8. So anything below the 12 or less, would be a catch. Next up is Amos Otis. Pitch from Doyle Alexander's on the mound for the Yanks. I don't think I talked about the pitchers. He's a B. Paul Splittorff, the lefty, is an A. So that's a 46 and a 12 at Yankee Stadium. He's a righty. That's popped up. Right side, first baseman Chambliss. He's there. Oh, in foul ground. That's an F03. 2 out. Here's George Brett. What's George Brett batting? .337, no surprise there. With a 13, 1-9 base on balls. This is bounced to the second baseman Randolph, who throws him out. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first. Mickey Rivers leading off. Mick the Quick, lefty hitter. Batting .368. That's going to be 32. Should be an out. It's a fly ball left field. Over is Wolford. He settles under it and squeezes it for out number 1. Roy White is next. Roy having a good season, batting .333. And a 13 will be a fly ball. This one is to center, and Otis is there. 2 out. Thurman Munson. Munson's batting .322 with a 43, and that'll be an out. It's bounced to the shortstop. Patek throws a strike to Mayberry. 3 up, 3 down for both pitchers. John Mayberry leads off the top of the second inning. And that's a 24. It's a hit by pitch 1-2, and Doyle is a 0, so that'll be a fly ball lifted to left field. Roy White near the line, and he gets there. Al McRae is next, 43. And that is a bouncer to the second baseman Randolph. He corrals it and throws a strike to Chambliss. 2 down, and Al Cowan's now. 46-18. That's a drive to center field, and Rivers cuts it off. Digging for second is Cowens. Here's the throw, and he is safe with a double. A 2-out double for Al Cowens. Stretches what would have been a single into a double. So that was Mayberry, a fly ball. So a 2-out double for Cowens, and he's on at second. Here's Buck Martinez, the pitch from Alexander. A 55, that is ripped into the gap. That's going to split the outfielders, roll to the wall. So back-to-back doubles, and the Royals are up by a run. RBI double here with 2 outs. 2-out rally for the Royals. Here comes Freddie Patek. Patek, how's he doing? He's batting .273. Pitch from Doyle Alexander. That's a 44. That's a line. Base hit to left center field. Played by White, and around to score is Martinez. 2-0. Royals. So Patek with an RBI single. Oh, 44, and there goes Patek. And that's an 11. He is safe. Stolen base for Patek. And it's Frank White. Oh, wait. Yeah, Patek's safe. Here's the pitch to Frank White. That's a 44. That's a line drive. Rips one to left center field. Again, played by White, and Patek will hold here. So it's going to be first and third now. And Jim Wolford. That's a 21, and that'll be a ground ball to the third baseman Nettles. Fires a strike to Chambliss at first. 2 runs come in on 4 hits. They leave a couple, and it's 2-0 Royals. Royals have a heck of a team, so they're going to be giving the Yankees some trouble. Here's Lou Panetta leading off against Paul Splittorff, 64. And that's a fly ball ripped to center field, and Otis is right there, so it's an L8. So he hit it right on the screws, but right at Otis, who is positioned perfectly. Here's Chris Chambliss, batting .275. And that's a 25, which will be a bouncer to the first baseman, Mayberry, who takes it himself. 2 down. Greg Nettles, batting .232. There's a pitch. It's a 54. That's a 54 chart lookup, and that's going to be a check on the left fielder, Wolford. Wolford, error check, and he makes the catch. Snow cone catch. 3 up, 3 down. We move to the top of the third. Otis leads off with a 34, and that's bounced up the middle and through for a base hit. Otis is on with a single here to lead off the top of the third. Next is George Brett. Pitch to Brett's a 21, and that's going to be ripped to shortstop. Mason up with it, flips to Randolph, throw it over to Chambliss, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. Two down, nobody on. John Mayberry flied out to left. Mayberry's batting .314. That's 23, and that'll be struck him out. No runs, a hit, nobody left. And we move to the bottom of the third. Let's see if the Yanks can get something going here offensively. Fran Healy with a 46 and a 7. He's a righty. That's foul back. Again, the pitch. That's a 44. That's hit hard. Past the diving shortstop. So a single for Healy. And here's Willie Randolph. Pitch to Randolph with a 66. That's a drive, and a 4 is going to be a shot off the wall. And around to score is going to be Healy, and Randolph's going to try for 3. Here's the throw, and he is safe. RBI triple. So the Yanks are on the board. Runner on third. The infield now, it's 2-1. Infield for the Royals is going to be in on the Yankee Stadium grass. Here's Jim Mason, the pitch, and that is a 56. Struck him out. 1 away. Mickey Rivers. Again, the infield is in. And that's going to be line base hit. Game is tied. Mickey Rivers with an RBI single. And there he goes, and he is safe. Stolen base for Rivers. And that is Rivers. What base is that? That is Rivers. Says it somewhere. Huh. Ah, there it is. 25th stolen base. Patek has 24. Roy White is up. Game is tied at 2. 1 out. Rivers is second, 46 and a 9. He's batting righty, and that's pulled foul. A rip, but foul. And here's Roy White again. Pitch. That's a 33, and that is line base hit to left center field. Let's see if Rivers scores. He does score, and the Yankees have taken the lead. And there goes Roy White, and he is safe on the stolen base. We're going to check for the error. It's got to be a really low number. No. So a single and a stolen base for White. Drives in Rivers, and there he goes. And the throw down from Martinez not in time. And here's Munson. Pitch to Munson with a 32, and that'll be a bouncer to second base, picked up by White. Runner moves up. Two out now with White at third base, and here's Lou Panetta. Lou Panetta batting 283, pitch to Panetta, and that's going to be a 64. Bounce to short, picked up by Patek. Throw to first in time to retire the side, but the Yanks pick up 3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hits. They lead it 3-2. Hal McRae leading off the top of the 4th against Doyle Alexander, and that's going to be a 64, which will be bounced to second base. That's Randolph. He throws out McRae for the first out. Fall Classic Baseball, you can try this game out for free. That's a 44. That's line base hit. And Cowens with a nice lead. Alexander throws over. And he goes to the plate, and there goes Cowens. And he is safe. Another stolen base. The throw from Munson not in time. Buck Martinez. And that's going to be a 16 and a 19. That's going to be a fly ball, right field. Runner on second will advance. All right, 2 out now. And here's Freddie Patek. Patek, single, stole a base, drove in a run in the 2nd inning. Here's a pitch to Patek. That's a 13, and that will be popped up right side. Randolph and Chambliss back. Panetta calls everybody off, makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Chris Chambliss 0 for 1, leading it off. Pitch from Splittorff, and that is a 16. Bounce to first, played by Mayberry. 1 away. Chambliss is next, and a 35, and that's bounced up the middle and through for base hit. So Nettles is on with a single. Fran Healy, who singled in his first at bat, is going to get another chance here against Splittorff, and that's a 21. Struck him out. Curveball gets Healy. 2 down. And it's Randolph. Randolph, how's he doing? Batting 288. He tripled and drove in a run in the 1st inning. He's going to line one, base hit. And let's see if runner will go to 3rd. Yes. Going to 3rd is Nettles. 1st and 3rd now for Mason. 2 outs, 1st and 3rd. Yanks are up 3-2. Bottom of the 4th. Jim Mason, late hitting shortstop, batting 134. Here's a pitch. He actually batted 180. 53, that's going to be a base hit. He's going to drive in a run. Base hit past the diving Brett. And going to 3rd is going to be Randolph. So an RBI single. For Mason, and we have 1st and 3rd again. 4-2. Mickey Rivers who's 1 for 2. Here's a pitch, and Mickey Rivers with a 52. That's going to be an error check. That's too high. Second baseman White plays it, and that ends the inning. But the Yanks pick up another run on 3 hits, and they lead it 4-2. We go to top of the 5th. We want Alexander to at least get to the 7th, if possible. Here's Frank White leading it off. He singled in his first at bat. He's going to drive one here, and that's going to be down the line, and fair ball, home run. He hit 2 home runs, and he hits one here. 320 feet down the line near the fair foul pole. So we roll a 65. It's an 11. He's got a -9, so that leaves a 2. And what do we roll? We roll the 2, so we got it right on the nose. So it's a home run for Frank White, and it's 4-3. Here's Jim Wolford with a 35, and that will be bounced to short. Picked up by Mason. Throws high. A nice stretch by Chambliss. Amos Otis, 1 for 2. Fouled out and singled. And a 21. That's going to be a strikeout. 2 away. For Doyle Alexander, he's been around for a while. Played for a bunch of teams. With the Yankees right now. 76, 46, and a 3. That's going to be a drive in the gap. And no, that's over the wall. Home run for George Brett. A ballpark home run for George Brett. And this game is tied. Wow, he is a lefty, and that's a 3. And that ball is gone at Yankee Stadium. All right, here's John Mayberry, Doyle Alexander, with a 26 against a righty. That's a base hit. So a splits single. And Mayberry's on at first. Here's Hal McRae, pitch from Doyle Alexander, a 54. That's going to be a 54 check. An 8, and that's a wild pitch. Going to second is Mayberry. McRae at the plate. 2 outs with a 44. That's line. Base hit. Rips one to center field. And runner on second will score, and the Royals have taken the lead. Coming around to score is Mayberry, and Hal McRae drives in the go-ahead run, and it's 5-4 Royals now. And McRae with a 44. There he goes, and did we use that 2? We did not. He is safe. We're going to roll for an error. No. So McRae that's I think the 4th stolen base, or the 3rd stolen base for the Royals. So McRae's on at second base. Throw not in time from Munson. Why do we roll a 6? Let's check the Yankee catcher Healy. No, he's a 2 error, so no error, no throwing error. Blocked by the second baseman Randolph. All right, here's the pitch to Cowens. That's a 52. That's going to be an error check on the third baseman Nettles. And no, he makes the play over to first, and that retires the side. Juggled it for a split second, but then got a hold of it and fired a strike to get Cowens. That ends the inning. The Royals score 3 runs on 4 hits. They've taken a 5-4 lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Roy White versus Paul Splittorff. Roy White today is 1 for 2 with a stolen base and an RBI. That's a 31, and that's bounced up the middle. Base hit for White. That's the second hit of the game. He's on at first. Next is Thurman Munson. We're going to try a hit and run. There goes the runner. And that's a 61. Ooh, and that is going to be a strike. Stolen base -6. Let's see if he can steal the base. He is a 14. -6 is an 8. And I rolled a 7. That's a stolen base for Roy White. So Munson swings through it. Must have missed the sign. but Roy White steals second. So that's the tying run at second base. Here's a pitch to Munson again from Splittorff. And that's a 63. That's a pop-up. Right side, Mayberry under it. One down. Lou Panetta now is 0 for 2. Panella's batting .282 in the replay. Here's a pitch from Splittorff. That's going to be line, base hit. And will this score the run? Yes, it does. And the game is tied. So Lou Panetta rips a single. And this game is tied. We're still holding on to the starters. See if we can get through this inning. There's one out. Here's a pitch to Chambliss. A double play will do it in the 35. That's going to be bounced up the middle, and that's a base hit. Let's see if Panetta goes to third. He does not, and that's going to be it for Splittorff. So another single, and we're going to pull Splittorff here. We got a lefty coming up. We're going to bring in Mangori. Nope, I think Mangori's with an I at the end. Yeah, it is. And he's an A pitcher. Steve Mangori, and he's in there. He's an A. All right, Greg Nettles versus Mangori. 2 on, 1 out. Here's a pitch. Oh, I thought that was going to be a home run. 66 would have done it. And that's going to be a bouncer right back to the pitcher. And he's going to go to second for 1. So it's a 1-6 fielder's choice. No throw to first. And we're going to have first and third now. So ball hit tapped right back to Mangori, who whips it to Patek. And going in hard was Chambliss. So no throw to first. And here's Healy. Here's a pitch, and that is a 22, and a 9 is a base on balls. So that's a walk, and that loads the bases for Willie Randolph. Randolph is 2 for 2. There's a pitch to Randolph, and that's going to be a drive, and is anybody going to get it? And Cowens comes out of nowhere and makes a nice running catch in right center field. So Randolph drove it in an oppo direction, and both Otis and Cowens converged, and it was Cowens who made the catch. This game is tied at 5. 1 run comes in on 3 hits. They leave the bases loaded, the Yankees do, and go to the top of the 6th. Martinez is leading it off against Doyle Alexander. Here's a pitch. Buck Martinez against the lefty. It's a single, otherwise it's popped up. Left field. Right there is White. 1 down. Freddie Patek is next. Here's the pitch, and that's a 61, and that's a drive to left, and positioned perfectly is White, so it's an L7. 2 down. And here's Frank White, who's 2 for 2, a single and a home run, 43, and that'll be a fly ball center field. A few steps in is Rivers, and he makes the catch. So that's 3 up, 3 down here in the 6th inning for the Yanks. And we go down to Mangori versus Mason. Pitch from Mangori with a 55, and that's going to be a strikeout. 1 down. Next up is Rivers, Rivers is 1 for 3. Pitch to Rivers, a 52 and a 6. It's going to be an error check on the second baseman, White, and that's going to be booted. Yes, it is, E4. So Rivers is on. A ball he should have handled, and he did not. So here's Roy White. Pitch to Roy White with a 61 and a 15, maybe a double play. Roy White's batting from the right side. That's going to be the shortstop. And it's going to be a 6, wait a second. Second baseman, does he have a strong arm? White. And he does. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. All right, so that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, an error. And we go to the top of the 7th. Doyle Alexander is at the point of his endurance is up, basically. Oh, actually, no, he still can hang on a little bit. He's allowed 10 hits, but 16, and that's going to be a bouncer to short. Mason throws a strike to Chambliss for out number 1. Amos Otis is next with a 22, and that is line base hit to left. Single Otis, there he goes, and a 10, he is safe. So a single and a stolen base for Otis. Throw down, not in time. You also get pickoffs and a bunch of other stuff depending on what you roll. All right, here's George Brett. He's a lefty. We're going to bring in Sparky Lyle. And Sparky Lyle is going to be a B pitcher. Lefty on lefty. So Doyle is out. Doyle went 6 1/3. And here's a pitch to Brett. That's a 51 and a 12. That's going to be an error check on the third baseman. So he's going to look Otis back. And Nettles throws out Brett. 2 down. And here's John Mayberry. Pitch to Mayberry was 1 for 3. That's a 43, and that'll be a 1-14 base on balls, and he walks Mayberry. That puts the. Oh, that was okay. It's 5-5, so that was the. Now there's the. Nothing. All right. The go-ahead run is at second base. I thought that was a tying run. So here's Hal McRae. Here's a pitch from Lyle. And the slider, 32, and that's going to get him to bounce out to Mason, who flips to Randolph for the force. That ends the inning, no runs. 1 hit, they leave 2. And we go to the bottom of the 7th, so Lyle gets out of that jam for the Yanks. Sparky Lyle. And here's Thurman Munson against Steve Mangori. Mangori can go 9, and he's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he still has a little life in him. 25, and that'll be bounced to second base. Frank White makes it look easy. Gobbles that up, throws it sidearm to Mayberry at first. Here's Lou Panetta with a 42, and that'll be an out. It'll be fly ball center field. On the run is Otis, and Otis tracks it down. So I put a little jolt in it, but Otis read it well right off the bat and chased it down. Here's Chambliss now. Chambliss is 1 for 3. Here's a pitch from Mangori. That's a 64. That'll be a fly ball, right field. Right center field. Cowens and Otis come together, and it's Cowens who makes the catch. 5-5, top of the 8th. Cowens leading off against Sparky Lyle. Pitch from Lyle. That's a 25, and that's bounce to shortstop Mason. 1 down. Buck Martinez now. And that's going to be a 21. Checks his swing, and they check with the first base umpire. Rings him up, and Buck Martinez doesn't like that at all. And here's Freddie Potzig with 2 out, nobody on. Pitch from Lyle, 63, and that'll be a fly ball, right field. Racing in is Panetta, and he's there to retire the side. Greg Nettles leading off. We're going to keep Mangori in there. He's still okay. 54, and that's going to be a 54 check. It's going to be, oh, now we got to check the catcher. Buck Martinez is an N, so an N gets strike 3, and N away gets ball 4. All right, so N is away, so that's ball 4 to Nettles, and that's going to be it for Mangori. We're going to bring in Marty Patton. just passed him. Oh, that was his batting card. Marty Patton. Let's see what kind of stuff he's got today. He's got his C stuff. So we can pull him quick if we need to. We're going to let Healy bat. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 21. Struck him out. So Patton immediately comes in and immediately strikes out Healy. Here's Randolph. Pitch to Randolph, and Randolph with a line drive and caught by the second baseman. They throw to first, and no! He's back in time, so it's an L4. Try to get him at first. Nettles got back just in time. And it's going to be Mason with a runner on first base. Going to leave Mason, let him back. That's going to be a 25, and against a righty, that's a base hit. And Nettles will go to Wolford's arm. He will go to third, first and third. Second hit of the day for Mason. And Mickey Rivers. Marty Patton versus Mickey Rivers, first and third. Bottom of the eighth, game is tied at 5. KC has 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. The Yankees have 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Yankee Stadium, July 5th, 1976. Where were you? Mickey Rivers comes in. He's 1 for 4 today. He's batting .366. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 24 and 1-2. And that it's a fly ball left field. On the run is Wolford, and Wolford tracks it down to end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We go to top of the 9th. Frank White leading it off against Sparky Lyle, who's gone. Hasn't gone many. He's gone 6 batters, so he's okay. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 45, which will be a fly ball right field. Right there's Panetta for the first out. 5-5, top of the 9th. Jim Wolford is up next. Pitch from Lyle. It's a 26, and against the lefty, that's banged up the middle, and that's through. Shoots went through this into center field for a base hit, and he's F. No stolen base there. We've had a ton of stolen bases in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for the Royals, and 1, 2, 3 for the Yankees. All right, here's Amos Otis with Wolford, and we're going to try no hit and run here. Here's a pitch. That's a 62, and that's going to be a strikeout. 2 down. And Lyle can go 10, and he's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's George Brett. Sparky Lyle versus George Brett. 1 on, 2 out. Wolford on at first base. Jim Wolford got good speed. And here's the pitch to Brett. And that's going to be a 26 versus a righty. That'd be a hit. Otherwise, that's ripped. And in the gap. And Panetta is right there to make the catch. L9. So hit it on the screws, but right at Panetta. And we go to the bottom of the 9th for the Yankees. Make the quick. Nope. It's going to be Roy White leading off against Marty Patton. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 24. Bounce to second base. White corrals it and throws out White. White to White, or White against White. And here's Munson with a 26, and versus a lefty, that's a hit. Otherwise, it's lifted to left center field, and Wolford runs it down for the second out. Lou Piniella, 2 out, nobody on. Pitch to Panetta. That's a 14, and that is bounced to short. Patek throws a strike to Mayberry. No runs, 1 hit. And that's the end of the bottom of the 9th. We go to extra free baseball here. It's going to be Mayberry leading it off. Sparky Lyle gives up a walker a run, and he gets a walker a hit, and he gets pulled. That's a 63. That'll be a fly ball to left. 1 away. I start using up the columns now. I know you can't see it, but Here's Hal McRae next. Pitch from Lyle. That's a 51. That's going to be an error check. And on the shortstop, no error. So he plays it cleanly and throws out. Let's see. Panetta bounced out. Oh, geez. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second here. Let's fix something. All right, it's a fly ball. It's a ground out. Lyle is still in there. When he gives up a base runner, then he will get pulled. Cowan's pitch from Lyle, and that's a 51 with an 8. That is another error check, this time on a shortstop. And again, Mason fields it cleanly and throws out Cowan 6-3. Let's see if the Yankees can win it here in the bottom of the 10th. All right, so Lyle's pitched outstandingly. So far, he's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2/3. He did pitch some 5 innings in some games. So here's Chambliss leading off. Bottom of the 10th. Against Patton with a 25, and that'll be a bouncer to third, picked up by Brett, and he throws out Chambliss for the first out. Next is Greg Nettles. See, we need a 66, and we're not going to get it. That's a 24 and 19. That's a fly ball deep to right. Cowens near the track, and Cowens hauls it in, 2 away. And Fran Healy. Fran Healy today is 1 for 3, and that's a 53 with a 7. That's going to be a range check against the third baseman, and that's Brett gobbling it up, and he throws a strike to end the inning. That's a 5-3. Lyle starting off the 10th inning. There was nothing there. 3 up, 3 down. And then 3 up, 3 down again. Now we're in the 11th inning. And it's Buck Martinez leading us off. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be a 56. Struck him out. 1 away. Next is Freddie Patek. Patek is a hit today. He's 1 for 4. That's a 51. That's an error check. That's going to be a strikeout. The number's too low. That falls within Lyle's KD. So Lyle with the slider gets some swinging. And now we go to Frank White with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Lyle, and that's a 64. That'll be a fly ball center field for out number 3. And now we go to bottom of the 11th. It's going to be Randolph, Mason, and then the top of the order for the Yanks. This is getting good. 5-5 tie, bottom of the 11th inning. Okay. We're back. We got Patton. Patton went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Patton can go how many? He can go 16, so he's still good. It's Randolph is leading off here in the bottom of the 11th inning. No runs, no hits in the top of the 11th for the Royals. All tied at 5. July 5th, 1976. Where were you July 5th, 1976? It's a Monday. Let's roll. Martin Patton versus Willie Randolph. Randolph today is what? He's 2 for 4. Single and a triple. 33, and that's going to be lined. And that's going to drop in for a hit for Randolph, and a 33 is going to allow him to go, and there he goes, the throw down from Martinez, and he is safe. Single and a stolen base for Randolph. Both teams have 4 stolen bases now. And he steals second, and Mason is going to square away. Get him over to third, and that's going to be a pop-up, could be a double play. And no, it's not. So it's popped up to the catcher. Fails to move him over. Not good. And Rivers now. So it's Patton versus Rivers. Let's see what we got. Who we got on the. We don't want to mess around too much. We got a guy named Tom Hall, who's a lefty. He could face Rivers. but not very good. More like a guy that comes in to mop up. Got Andy Hassler, but he's a starter, so he's gonna start in 2 games. So we're gonna get we got 2 guys we haven't used, Bird and Littell. You know what? Let's walk Rivers intentionally. Let's walk Rivers intentionally, and we're gonna pitch to White because we can get White to ground out into a double play, and we'll get out of the inning. All right, so bottom of the 11th inning, first and second, 1 out. Roy White, he's a switch hitter. Here's Patton to White, and that's going to be a drive, and that's going to be the game. Well, we may have a play at the plate. I don't know. It's going to be a single, so he rips one to right center field, played by the center fielder, and runner on second will hold. Holy smokes! They hold up Randolph at third base to load the bases. And it's going to be Thurman Munson with the infield in, the outfield in. Hopefully it's not a fly ball, because then I got to read the rule for that. Actually, it's pretty simple. The rule, it's like if it's a fly ball, a 1, 2, 3, the runner holds. A 4, 5, 6, it's a base hit. If it's a fly, and the runner, of course, the winning run comes in. All right, so Thurman Munson, Marty Patton, and here's a pitch. And that is a 21. Is going to be an out. It's a fly ball to left field. And a 1, 2, 3. Remember we said a 1, 2, 3. He's going to hold. That's off the top of my head. The rule is something like that, but that's close enough to what the rule is for me. So it's a fly ball with the bases loaded. It says runner on third advances. But since we had the infield in, a 1, 2, 3 says he holds. A 4, 5, 6 would have been a base hit, and the game would have been over. So he holds on the fly ball to left field. That's 2 outs now. And here's Lou Piniella. Marty Patton to Lou Piniella. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 11th. Here's a pitch. And a 23 is going to be a bouncer to third. And that is Brett steps on the bag for the force, and then retires aside. So it's a 5U. And the Yanks leave the bases loaded. Can you believe that? Sparky Lyle. Sparky Lyle has gone. Let's see what he's done so far. Sparky Lyle has been outstanding. He's pitched 4 2/3 of an inning, and we're going to bring in Tidrow. Actually, we got Grant Jackson. We've only got 3 relievers, so that's why we got to be very, very, structured and thoughtful about this. So we got a righty and a lefty and a lefty. So let's bring in Grant here. Jim Wolford is a let's see. Jim Wolford is a righty, so we're gonna bring in. We got 2 righties, but the lefties are big, and then we got 2 righties again. But we can't mess around like that too much, so we're gonna bring in Grant. Grant Jackson's coming in. See what kind of stuff he will have. He will have his A stuff. Grant Jackson for Sparky Lyle. Against Jim Wolford in the top of the 1 and the top of the 12th. All right, here's a pitch, Grant Jackson. And that's going to be a fly ball left field. Roy White, 1 down. Next is Amos Otis. Amos Otis with a 15, and that'll be bounced to third. Nettles throws him out, 2 down. And here is George Brett with a 51 and 11. That's going to be an error check on the shortstop, played by Mason. 3 up and 3 down. In the top of the 12th, we go to the bottom of the 12th inning. Can the Yanks pull this out? Chambliss leads off. Marty Patton is still pitching. So that was a 2 out, and it was a 6-3. There we go. All right. Let's see how Patton's doing. Patton's got under his belt 4 innings, and we're gonna pull Patton. Then we're gonna go with Doug Bird. Taking me a little, you get all the players, so you got to go through all these cards. I've been doing a lot of PDFs lately, so I can print out everybody. I have a special printer set up and everything. So let's see, I'm having trouble finding Bird. Where is he? He's probably in the back end. Yep, there he is. He's in the back end. All right. So what kind of stuff does Bird have? Bird will have his B stuff. 4th pitcher of the game. He's got his B stuff. Okay. Now let's do this. Chris Chambliss. Here's a pitch from Bird. That's going to be a 41. That's ball 4. Oh, 1-6. And no, so Bird doesn't walk very many, because that's going to be a fly ball to center field. And Otis. So Chambliss pops one up to center. And here is Nettles. We need power. 66. Oh, a 62. And that's a strikeout. Nettles swings and misses. Swinging for the fences. And nothing. And here's Fran Healy. And that's a 32, which will be a fly ball. Again, center field. On the run is Otis, and Otis tracks it down. So that was an easy inning, 3 up and 3 down. For Bird, here's Jackson facing Mayberry. Grant Jackson with a 34, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. Panetta settles under it, out number 1. McRae now, he swings and drives one to center, and Mickey Rivers backing up. 2 away. And now it's Al Counts. Al Counts with a 23, and that'll be a fly ball, this time to left center field, and Roy White, he's there. 3 up and 3 down. We're in the 13th inning now. Bottom of the 13th, it's Willie Randolph leading off against Doug Bird. Did I write in Bird? Bird should have came in right here, I believe. All right, here's the pitch to Randolph, 31. That's bounced up the middle and through into center field. That's the 4th hit of the day for Randolph.